Okay, so we got some rather sad news in the NFL. Hall of Famer Kevin Greene, third all time in sacks, has died at age 58. Just a couple of stats about Kevin Greene. Kevin Greene was a two-time All-Pro, a five-time Pro Bowl selection. He finished his career with 160 sacks, which ranks third in the league history behind only Bruce Smith and Reggie White. He also had 23 forced fumbles and five interceptions. He played 15 seasons in the NFL for four teams: the Los Angeles Rams from 1985 to 1992, the Pittsburgh Steelers 1993 to 1995, the Carolina Panthers 1996 to 1998 and then 99, and then the San Francisco 49ers. And he was an All-Pro in 94 and 96. Um, before I end up giving it to you, Nate, because he was a Carolina Panther, I'll let you start first. Let's give him a moment of silence. Thank you. All right, Nate. So you go first.
Yeah, man, it's a really sad thing, and a lot of people forget that he did play for the Carolina Panthers. Um, but he did do it. You know, he played for the Rams, he played for the Steelers, them, and the 49ers, I believe you said. Um, you said you also say he played for the 49ers too, right? You
Yeah,
just
it wasn't like a
all right.
big stint. It wasn't a big stunt with the 49ers. Like he didn't do anything
Yeah,
historic there, but he did play for the 49ers.
yeah. So I think he was more known for playing with the Steelers. Yeah, am I correct? Yeah, I think around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
It's just you hate to see it. You know what I mean? There's not really a lot. I mean, aside from the fact that he's absolutely legendary, one of the better defenders of all time in the NFL. Obviously, I send his condolences to his family, his friends, his fans. Obviously, all the teams that he played for, the Panthers, the Steelers, the Rams, and the 49ers. I send them condolences. It's just a really sad thing to see. You hate to see it.
Yeah, absolutely. Rest in peace to him and condolences to his family. Kevin Greene was a very underrated player, and his stats were actually really, really good, but he was always underrated, I felt. Um, he was in the Super Bowl with the Carolina Panthers. I think it was the first Super Bowl with Brady. But he was but honestly, like he was known for the Steelers, but he was also especially known for the Panthers because I remember when that team first came to existence. I remember he was a key. He was probably like one of the first like Carolina Panther legends because he was a great player. A great player. I mean, I remember he had the long blonde hair and he was just a great player off that edge. He was quick, he was fast, he was powerful, he had a lot of strength. And I mean the dude was just insane. I mean, I honestly like people don't know who he is. If you look him up, he was a good linebacker. You can kind of compare him to like Khalil Mack a little bit. Like I mean, like and people are like, well, it's Khalil Mack. Well, everybody knows who Khalil Mack is because we live in the current era. But go back to Kevin Greene and you'll see what I mean. Kevin Greene was just an amazing player, and I mean, the Hall of Fame committee actually gave up they actually made a quote. They said the entire Pro Football Hall of Fame family mourns the passing of Kevin Greene. Hall of Fame President and CEO David Baker said in his statement Monday, he said, I regarded him as a personal friend and a true Hall of Famer in every sense. He possessed the most incredible can do attitude of anyone I ever met. He was a great player, but more than that, he was a great man. And then Baker also said our thoughts and prayers are with Kevin's wife, Tara, and the entire family. We will forever keep his legacy alive and serve as inspiration for future generations. The Hall of Fame flag will be flown at half staff in Kevin's memory. So yeah, I mean, honestly, dying at 58, that's definitely way too soon in my opinion. I mean, especially for an NFL legend like him, and I mean, he's so underrated. Like I can't even explain it. Like I know exactly who he is. He actually did, I think, a little bit of coaching for the Steelers as well. So I mean, he's honestly he did a little bit of coaching, like defensive coordinator stuff and like all that type of like assistant defensive coaching and stuff. He did a lot of that after he retired. So he was like you said, he was a student of the game and then he became a teacher of the game. And basically a lot of players that were like under him, under his wing, or a lot of like young players that played alongside with him, or even players in the beginning of his career, veterans, they'll all tell you great things about Kevin Greene. And honestly, it's a sad thing. So I mean, rest in peace to him and condolences to his family.